Warning, this podcast contains spoilers.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the... Wait, is it ready? It's ready, right? I look like an idiot.
No, you don't.
Welcome to the ASOTV podcast for The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 3, 4 Walls and a Roof. I almost said 4 roofs and a wall. I'm Clio, and with me I have my co-hosts, Pat and Michele.
Hello.
What up?
John.
I'm the eve of professionalism.
Yes, you are. And Heather. So, good episode?
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good.
Heavy episode.
Mm.
Too predictable.
Huh?
Too predictable.
Was it too predictable?
It was. I sat here. I called the whole thing out, like, on the couch while we were watching it, like, what was going on. Like, but I do that with, like, every show, so... But it followed way too close to the comics.
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It did. The whole first scene with the laughing, like, the crying into the laughing, that was to a T copied straight from the comics.
Yeah. Well, we started off with gross eating edited together with zombies eating. You know, was that a good opening?
Why not?
Watch it.
Seems legit.
It's a
Yeah,
cold slap to the face,
The
but yeah.
show.
I did not watch it.
That was another good.
It's definitely fitting for the show, that's for sure. Obviously.
Yeah, I got hungry.
Adds to its elements.
I appreciated the juxtaposition they threw in there. That was really cool, but still gross. You should do that.
I had that American watching a movie thing where I was like, ew, and shoved my face with chips.
We were doing that,
We were doing that.
and without, man, this is disgusting.
It was gross.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I weird? That stuff doesn't bother me. I'm just like, it's flesh. Okay.
No, you're not weird. I used to watch Micro's Dirty Jobs while eating dinner, and my mom was like, you're crazy. Like, whatever.
Pat watched that all the time. Like,
No, it was man versus food.
Oh,
That's gross.
Oh.
more gross. Yes.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I've watched Human Centipede, like all of them, so
Ew.
Yeah.
Meh.
and I can sit through that.
I saw
So-
South Park Human. I sent iPad.
Yeah.
I seen that.
Okay, back.
Anyway.
Alright, moving
So-
right along.
So the termites were marking trees with that line, not the X. So does that mean there are 2 sets of marks on the trees in the forest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those are naturally occurring X's.
You make a good point, John.
Yeah. I know evidence to back that up, but
I'm still thinking it's Morgan, because
Yeah.
those were the symbols that he used to show that area was cleared. He'd gone through
Yeah.
it,
mhm.
So he's probably following his own marks.
or he had just carved that into the tree, or I mean, we didn't see much of it, like much of the marker. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
They
You
just
saw the
kind of
mark,
said,
like,
"Oh, look, here's Morgan. There's a mark." Okay, we didn't see if he put it there, if he walked up to it.
Yeah. But it's safe to say that he put it there a while ago. Like, maybe he's leaving those marks all over the place and he's just
Mhm.
following them back
Mm-hmm.
or following them somewhere.
Mm.
I don't know. I think
To
we'll see.
Daryl's heart.
Aww. So the termites ate tainted meat. What exactly does that mean in the science of the show? Does it actually matter?
I don't know. They had like the perfect chance to go into that and show that, but they ruined it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that they could have, but
I don't know. I'm kind of contemplating the situation. I kept on thinking about it. Didn't Sasha also like kiss Bob when he was bitten? Would
That doesn't-
saliva at the same point cause her to turn?
I don't think it's so much like. God, I don't. Like, she kissed him. Okay. Like, I don't think she ingested his blood or put it in her mouth,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but swapping saliva wouldn't cause it.
She didn't stick her tongue in his mouth or
No,
anything.
no, it was just like a simple.
Yeah, it was a peck on the
Yeah.
lips. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a simple kiss. I can go kiss my boyfriend and not swap spit.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah, that could happen. But to say that wasn't going on when they got back from it, oh God, baby, we survived.
Yeah. You almost died.
I mean, it's a thought.
In that could have happened, and then in turn, like, oh well, she should have been tainted too, but technically didn't.
Yeah, I mean, they cooked it, so I'm pretty sure if they cooked it, they probably would have been okay.
Like the magnitude between eating someone's leg meat and swapping an itty bitty little speck of spit is gigantic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I get that point, but also my other part to it too that I'm going to add is that he got bit in the neck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They ate his leg. How long does it take for it to travel?
2 days.
You don't know that either.
Herschel cut his leg off in time to be able to.
They said 2 days because they were asking how long he had, and I think it was Rick or Glenn said 2 days. That's how long it was before we left. What's his name there? Or left what's his name behind?
Yeah, that's right. I think it's up to a few days to.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 days or so.
I forgot about that guy.
I mean, depending on the person, but yeah.
Yay for paying attention. For once.
Yeah, and they cut Herschel's leg off immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got bit and they cut it off.
Well, it wasn't immediately because it was probably, I don't know, a couple hours because it was daylight when they were at the food pantry where he got bit. He even said, are you talking about Herschel? I thought you were talking about Bob.
Herschel.
Not for Herschel.
Oh, yeah, Herschel.
Herschel was immediate. He got bit, they chopped his leg off.
Yeah, they didn't waste any time.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure it actually matters. Like, we had I think it was the first episode, we had a debate about what the bite does to you physiologically.
Mm-hmm.
And it might not matter eating tainted meat, especially if you cook it.
Yeah.
True. Like water, the bacteria gets out of it, maybe with the meat. Gets out of it.
They had a chance to touch on it, but they didn't take it.
Yeah.
Well, we know why Bob was crying outside the church.
Yeah.
That's a mystery solved.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said that last week too, because I had said that's what happened in the comic. But it was Dale in the comics.
Oh.
They were trying to pull a switcheroo. It's like, he didn't get bit. It's okay.
He's fine.
Making you second guess yourself.
Yeah, no, it was Dale in the comics, but the layout with the crying into the laughter, screaming, you ate tainted meat, and then throwing up, like the whole scene was verbatim.
Yeah.
Just a different person.
I like that.
Yeah, that's like in some of the earlier episodes too, like compared to the comic. I'm like, this is exactly the same, but wrong person.
Yeah. So, I was right about the preacher. He left his congregation to die. He's not a murderer, just a coward. But the story, the way he told the story didn't make complete sense. I don't think he's lying. I think he may have jumbled some stuff up, but he said the walkers killed the congregation, and then he went out and buried them. If the walkers had, just killed his congregation, why would they just leave unless he's, quiet as a mouse? And
right? I would think he'd draw attention to them. Well,
yeah, and it doesn't seem... that area seems very barren of walkers.
It's a very secluded area.
Well, I mean, if they don't... The walkers aren't, like...
It was a 10-minute walk to the school.
Yeah.
It's not that secluded. I know there's probably nobody else alive in the area, but...
Yeah, but if they're attracted to sound and it's one guy sitting in a church, I mean, they would lose interest eventually. Like, if there was a rustle in the woods, they would just be like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Let's go get that. I mean...
Please, let me go. Yeah.
Oh, there's a squirrel.
Yeah, exactly. like they would futilely chase a squirrel out to the school and be like, ooh.
Right.
So I mean, anything could have distracted their attention. So I'm not too surprised.
He is a little mouse-like.
He is.
Yeah.
So Rick and Abraham almost threw down. Who actually wanted to see that fight?
Me. I did. I really did.
Yeah.
Oh my
Everybody.
gosh.
Oh, I do think he's kind of an asshole. Even though he did apologize for being at least he knows he's an asshole.
He did. That was adorable.
I know.
Yeah,
It was very
Sorry
cute.
I was an asshole. The world is going to need a Rick Grimes.
It's like, at
Please.
least we know. At least you know you're an asshole.
Well, you get the two alpha dogs duking it out.
Yeah, that's
You know.
true.
You
I mean-
get Rick, who always seems to be the president of the democracy they decide to, bring up.
I.
And then
the Rickocracy.
you have the ginger who decides to be like the redhead go-getter, like, all
G.I.
right,
Joe. G.I.
screw
Joe.
you guys. I'm Rambo. I'm going to kill anything that comes in my way. I'm going to hop the
Ginger
van.
Rambo.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think he wishes he was Rambo.
Yeah.
He's
You're right, he is a lot like
It's complex there.
I don't know. Rick kind of one-upped him there at the end.
Yeah.
Who would have won?
Rick is
You
scrappy.
know what? With how pissy and fucking like bloodthirsty Rick is right now, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was just
that
gonna
was
say that.
great.
Did you see the way he?
Now,
like-
Rick would Wayne Brady him and choke a bitch.
Yeah, like
Wouldn't even fight.
If this was 2 or 3 seasons ago, I think Rick would have still been too pussy to do it. But now he'd destroy Abraham.
He's like, forget this. I'm
yeah.
he's too much shit.
He's gotten his ass kicked so many times. It's still standing. I think Rick would just be like, okay,
Yeah.
you done punching me yet? Okay, great. You're done.
My
All
turn.
right.
I mean, Abraham's pretty big though, so I don't know. He looks like he's got
You
size
hit them
on him.
hard enough, when they fall, they don't get back up though when they're big.
No, you're right. You're right.
Rick
Give
would
him a
also
run for
fight
his
dirty.
money, for sure.
Yeah.
Rick would fight dirty and one shot to the nutsack and he's out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I'm all on
I
Rick's side.
I think dirty-ish.
I
Rick
like
would fight dirty if his life was on the line. Against Abraham, I don't think he would necessarily fight
Yeah,
dirty.
it's more of a pissing contest, so he would just be
Exactly.
like, "Put up your duke, sir. We will fisticuffs."
It was not like I'm gonna
Yes.
kill you. It was I'm right and I'll prove it with my fists.
Yeah. It was more of a territory thing.
Yeah.
Don't come into my group breaking up my friends because, I mean, Abraham was sitting there saying, oh, we fixed the bus already. We're taking it. And Glenn and Maggie are coming with us.
Yeah, I know. It's like, who are you to say, all right, we let you into our group. You don't make the decisions here.
Like, I think the thing with Glenn and Maggie was them bartering.
Uh-huh.
Like, okay, you're not coming with us, but let's take Glenn and Maggie. That's that was the barter thing.
Mhm.
So, Team Science, Abraham and what's his name, and Rosita, agree to stay with Team Grimes for 12 hours. Did you guys think that would be enough time for Team Grimes to get their shit together?
No.
I didn't know. I was like, well, no, something's going to happen.
Yeah. I was definitely hoping, because I was like, oh, 12 hours. 12 hours is, it's a good chunk of time. Maybe everything will be okay.
After what just happened, I was like, nah.
See, I didn't assume that a lot of stuff would be happening in 12 hours. I didn't think what occurred would occur in that time frame.
Mhm.
So I thought they would have just been wasting time. And then, okay, there goes half the group. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, their whole thing was get rid of the termites, find Carol and Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They got half of it done.
They did get half of it done, which is good.
They got the harder part of it done.
Not bad. Yeah, it's not
I
bad.
mean, it was so stupid because if they would have waited the rest of the day, they could have just all left together. It was like, what was the point?
Well,
Oh, that's
that
what
you know of, you only saw one of them so far.
Yes.
All right, yeah, no, that's true. That's
We're
true.
gonna
Okay, so
cut that off.
our speculations for that at the end. We're gonna say that one for the last
That's exciting.
thing.
It's just
So-
frustrating. I just like we just got the band back together. and now Glenn and Maggie left. And
Yeah,
I'm
you never
regret.
want to split up the party, man. Don't
It's
wanna
not
do it.
okay.
Rule
Party
number
hasn't been back together for a while. Beth is still missing.
Yeah,
But
well,
nobody
most
cares
of the
about-
band.
Most of the
The band
One
we're
we
missing
care
the lead
about.
singer, but
Exactly.
I
Nobody
mean-
cares about her.
I like Beth.
I do
so-
care about Beth.
Nothing
I
wrong
care
with
about her a
that.
lot.
I like Beth a
You're-
lot. Like
she's a
she's one of my favorite
tambourine
characters.
girl.
So.
Nobody cares
What?
about the tambourine.
No, she's the singer. Okay, you can't fucking go on stage with that Steven Tyler. There's no doing that.
She's no Steven Tyler, though.
No.
He's probably dead, so it's the best we got.
I freaking loved Slash was on The Talking Dead,
Slash.
and they and they
Slash.
asked him if
Slash.
would you go on the show as yourself, killing zombies with a guitar.
That'd be
wanna
a really
see
funny
that happen
cameo.
now.
That would be really funny.
That'd be
It's
really
like,
cool until
oh,
someone grabs the
hi,
guitar and
Slash.
snaps it in half. Sorry.
Yeah, they just run into Slash as himself. It's like Slash with the hat.
Yeah,
Flash.
with a guitar and a backpack. He's just like, oh, hey, you have supplies? No, it's just an amp in here.
He plugs it in and like blows the zombies away.
Oh my God! Yes.
He just hits a really high riff and just their heads explode.
he plays the solo from November Rain, and they all start crying, zombies
The
included.
zombies start crying.
It just sends them back.
Oh.
That's funny.
Oh no.
Anyway. So the team goes off to go kill the termites in the school where they presumably were holed up, but
I
the
called
ambush
it.
surprise.
Spoiler
anyone-
alert.
Well, I'm sorry, Heather. I already know the answer to that for you. But did anyone expect Rick to come back?
I expected the termites to be there. I expected
At the school? No way.
I
knew they
expected
would
an
be gone.
ambush to go on, but I didn't think Rick and the rest of them were going to be right behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they were going to have to figure out a way out and
No. I was. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was like really mad. I'm like, did you seriously not plan for this? Really?
That's essentially what my boyfriend was doing when he was watching it. When we were watching it, he was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" Rick is like 2 feet behind them, ready to shoot them, and he's like, "That's just too coincidental." I'm like, "This is fucking bloodthirsty, Rick. You really think
they
so? He's not gonna leave Judith and fucking Carol sitting around."
They like silencer sniped the two guys at the door.
Just pat, pat, pat.
I was so happy because I looked at my boyfriend. I'm like, "Yeah, what now, bitch?"
I liked
What's
even
up?
better when the guy goes and tries to point his gun at Rick and he just snipes his trigger finger off.
These two fingers.
Yep. It's like
Or these
Mhm.
two fingers.
told you not to mess, so
Yeah.
you don't know who you're dealing with.
That
Clearly,
was
Yeah.
crazy.
when we just destroyed.
But yeah. Rick is true to his word. That's the new Rick. We said this earlier. He's true to his word, and he kills Gareth with the red machete that he said he was going to kill him with.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
stick it into
Those were all really violent murders. Like they overkilled those people. There's no doubt that the termites deserved to die, but that was overkill.
Hey, they didn't want to waste any bullets.
True.
I said that to Beth, though. I'm like, they didn't have to keep whacking and I think he was dead after the first slice.
Exactly. All Rick needed was one nice chop, like a melon, to the center of the head. He would
Yep.
just
And he did it to that guy in the prison too. He was just like, he Gallagher the shit out of him. It was great.
Gallagher.
But I think this was more
All
of
he
a,
needed was the mallet. No,
I think this was more of a fact of Rick's anger finally coming out. Like, dude, you almost killed us, like slaughtered calves. You cut my buddy's leg off.
like really.
You know what? Screw you. Like, really, screw you. I'm done with you.
You eat people.
I'm tired of your crap. I don't care your logic. I don't care your theory. I'm not going to let you walk away like a pansy. No,
Oh,
you're dead.
no.
You're dead. You're done.
Yeah.
We don't need you
All
anymore.
that would have taken was one. He let like his rage go.
But catharsis.
So did Abraham. So did Michonne. They all beat them like too hard. They were clearly dead, and they just kept stomping on theirs. It's like, whoa, okay, guys.
But
Hold on,
catharsis.
There were
did
two
at
parts.
Terminus. They were
There
like,
were
What?
There were two parts to to that entire scene that made me extremely happy.
Mhm.
That was Rick doing what he said he was going to do and beating the shit out of him with a red-handled machete.
Mhm.
And Michonne finding her fucking katana.
Yes.
Listen,
I
that
was
shit.
like, oh yeah.
I was so happy.
I knew it was somewhere.
I saw that scene, and all I kept on thinking is, "Oh yeah, baby." She's like looking at it, like, "Hey, honey, how you doing?"
No.
See, I don't think she was. I
No,
don't
she
think
wasn't.
She
She
was.
was looking at it because she
Mama.
had that whole speech to Rick about how that was part of a past she didn't want.
Yeah.
Now it's come back, and I think she feels obligated to pick it up and use it again.
Yeah.
She
But
may
she
not
doesn't-
necessarily want to. I think
It
she's going to
doesn't-
struggle with this.
Yeah,
she's
I was
not,
going to
she's
say.
not so badass without it, though. You know, like...
I think
She's
it's just a
just
She
badass.
doesn't. It's just a tool. I mean,
It is.
but it represents a lot to her. So, and you could see that even at the end, she was really looking at it. Sitting on
Yeah.
the porch. So she's not. I don't think she's. I'm not sure she's ready to use it yet. If she's ever going to again.
And I don't think she just sees it as a weapon though either. Like it's it's been with
It's
her.
a part of her
since-
past.
Yes.
Right.
Ever since
it's-
like boyfriend turned
Yeah.
her brother, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Holds a lot of
I'm not
memories.
sure the sword will last the whole season.
It might not.
She's going to I think she might have to make a decision to leave it behind or fall
Give it
back
to
on the
Carl because he gets hand-me-downs. So why not?
He's a hand-me-down bitch.
It's true.
Here, son. Have this hat. I don't need it.
So while they were digging the graves, Tyrese says to, oh no, I totally skipped something. Back up. So Tyrese ended up helping Sasha out with Bob.
Yes.
Mhm.
Do you think that Sasha could have done it if Tyrese wasn't there and she didn't have a choice? Do you think Sasha could have finished Bob off?
Oh yeah, by far.
I think she could have, but she was taking too long.
Well,
She
She
might have
was-
waited until she saw him turn, so that she had confirmation that he was no longer there.
that's what I think. As
Yeah.
I was saying, I think she was waiting to see if he's actually really dead or if he was going to wake back up a little bit and be in and out of comatose. But I think she could have definitely done the job if she needed to.
Yeah.
That's what he'd want. I mean, really.
It was good. It was good for both of them. I think that Tyrese did that because Tyrese kind of needed his edge back a little bit. Not that he's going to be like a violent maniac like the rest of them were,
No.
but I think he needed like a little bit of his. He needed to do that just so he could be like, look, it's okay sometimes. Like sometimes you really have to, and
Yeah.
it's okay.
Well, it's a snap.
It's justified.
I'm gonna agree with you, and I'm gonna say it's like a snap into reality again. Like you've been
Right.
living in this world of like a fantasy where everybody must live. There's no death. We're gonna save everybody. And
You just can't.
after Bob turning, it's like, look, all right, shit's gonna happen. People are gonna die once in a while, but it's as long as we try to keep everybody together, we're fine. But if somebody's gotta go because they get bit and they're gonna turn, we gotta take care of it.
That's what they'd want. I mean, in the long run, too, the victim themselves.
Don't purposely kill people who are still alive, but at the same point, if they're gonna die, you gotta get rid of it before they turn everybody else.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's why Tyrese could do it to Bob and not to the termite that he left alive in the cabin?
Yeah.
Well, it was also a little different because this was more of like a mercy thing for Sasha and for Bob.
Mhm.
I don't really think there's. I mean, yeah, they're both people, but Termite Jim over there, he had every reason in the world to just flat out kill him,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he didn't do it. So, I think this is a sign of him growing more than anything. I wouldn't compare the two kills.
Yeah, he's
In that way.
too compassionate.
Yeah.
Well, he's seen
And
a
he's
lot.
such a big, lovable teddy bear.
Yes. The biggest shoulders I've ever seen.
I know, he's so big. Like, he's huge. You
Shoulders
think
of
he'd
a
be fucking,
linebacker.
like, you think he'd be a fucking horse compared to these other guys. Nope, he's like the cutest, cuddliest thing. He's like, no fighting, and I'm like, dude, you could like rip these fucking, like when he ripped
He's,
when he ripped up the fucking walkers last week,
Sure.
He's like
4
that other
walkers
guy
with
in
his bare
Game of
hands.
Yeah.
Like,
Hodor.
He's like Hodor in Game of
Thrones.
Hodor with a brain.
He's got a bigger vocabulary.
Deadly
It's Hodor.
combination.
And he carries a kid. There you go. It's
Oh
Hodor.
my god.
yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
Where's the
That's so
wolf?
great.
Oh.
I want them to have a dog. I keep saying that, but I really want them to get a dog.
Yeah.
Carl should have a
No.
dog.
Here's
I think
why.
the baby's
Because
enough.
if they
though,
get a
to
dog
still-
and it dies, it's going
I
to be
don't
worse
think
than
they
any human
dog.
death on the show.
I know, but it'd be cool.
It would be cool, but that baby pisses me off constantly. I'm like, oh, when they need to be quiet, that fucking thing keeps crying.
That fucking baby, you
That
know,
fucking
it
thing.
needs to
It's a
learn how to
child.
control itself.
Yeah, she's 1.5. She should have self-control now. I don't know.
Yeah, she should
Right?
shut up.
I'm sorry, I don't. I mean, I'm all
Yeah,
for
you
people
don't like
having
kids.
kids, but I don't like kids.
You can have them, just I don't want to touch them.
You could have him, just have him away from me.
Right.
Yes.
Over.
Or I
In
don't
fact,
like-
we could feed her to the walkers if you don't mind.
that's what I said to my husband. Just get rid of her.
No, she's cute. I like her.
Use
Yeah.
her as bait.
She's
Tie her
still,
up, hang her from
really-
a tree.
Yeah.
She's
You
adorable.
know, just out of reach, so that way they can sneak by.
I feel like
she's still the symbol of humanity
Or hope.
in this
right.
Or hope.
decon-
That's
in
true.
this
She's cute.
deconstructed
She is
world.
This
They need
decom-
I
her.
was actually going to say she's their mascot. She's what keeps them good.
Yeah. I mean, she's almost Rick's conscience at this point.
She definitely is.
It's the last
mean-
piece of his wife, I think, too. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
But
a
it
lot.
also shows that life can grow from this
Death.
decaying, earth that they're living on.
Until they go to DC.
And
Whatever the hell happens
we're
there.
assuming there's a big frat party, so it's going to be great when they got there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they say like all the brains in DC. I'm like, who do you think is still alive in DC?
I mean,
Jesus.
Jesus.
Look,
Say that.
here's the other thing: if the
solo
brains,
cups. You said
if
a
the
frat
brains were alive in DC, don't you think they would have figured out this shit and already had it fixed?
party.
No, because
Nope.
Eugene the fraud is the only person. I'm still saying he's a fraud.
I don't know. I'm on that fence.
Backing him. I don't know. I think
I'm on that fence.
I'm sticking to the
I want to
he's a
believe
fraud.
him. But
It's the look on his face that he gets whenever Abraham starts talking about him and saying how we have to protect him. He's our only hope. He
You
gets
mean that
this
blank
look.
slate face he always has?
No,
no emotion
he
on his
has,
face.
he has this one look that he gets every once in a while. It's very shifty. So
I get it, where he's like almost like, you shouldn't like this makes
yeah,
well, this isn't really
yeah. When he's kind
I
of like,
you, I think.
He's the video game nerd. That's what he is. He probably has no idea what he's gonna do when he gets there. He wants people to think he's
He
special
played Red Dead Redemption.
in the comics, that's exactly what he was.
in order to save
I-
his ass. Because quite frankly, what does he have to give? He's weak. He's scared. He's slow as shit. Like, there's nothing he could do. So the only way that he could stay alive is to
Get your gun.
manipulate other people to think that he's important.
I think we're undervaluing the power of the mullet. Is all I'm saying.
That's
mullet-
true.
Yeah,
The
I
mullet,
mean-
that's not even real.
No
That
one's.
bullet gives him at least +5 charisma.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like an epic head.
Daryl won't even roll with a mullet. We need
It's a
at least
purple.
one.
That's what Team Rick has been missing this whole time is a mullet.
A mullet.
Yeah.
But now that he's in Team Science anyway, so
He is on
we
Team
lost our
Science.
mullet. So I know this might be a weird aside, but like, do you think that the show's going to follow them both? Like, we'll get like split stories now.
hmm
Yeah, just like they did with when the group was split into like
Yeah.
thirds. Yeah, I definitely think so.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool though. I like.
Yeah,
that.
no, I like that.
I
Just-
we
I don't want
might,
to just lose them.
but there is a chance that we might not.
Yeah. No.
There's a chance we might not see them until Rick and the gang get to DC or try to catch up.
That's true. I mean, it would be a good way to keep fans in tune. Like, oh my gosh, so when are we?
Or maybe they fuck it up entirely and do a governor-esque episode. We all know how I loved that one.
There's
'Cause
a
he's
thing.
still
That
alive.
one's great.
There's a thing that I'm gonna say about that, but I'm not going to say it until you say the end of the end of the show, like what everybody saw at the end, because there's a huge thing that I kind of got hinted towards, but we'll get into it.
Okay.
Okay.
So, when they were digging the graves, Tyrese tells Rick that getting to Terminus killed him. And Rick said, no, it didn't. What do you think Tyrese meant by it killed him?
2 children died, and we had to kill them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I am dead on the inside.
Yeah.
That's true. This is true.
And I was stuck with the woman who killed my girlfriend.
Well,
They made peace with that.
they definitely made peace, and that
still,
was what Tyrese was telling Sasha to forgive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
And Sasha's like, fuck you, no.
No, I mean,
She's like, I don't have to forgive these assholes.
I think deep down though, it's still rooted in him, like all of like that.
Yeah.
She might have
Well, I
to
think she
forgive.
still has to make peace with it.
Well, right, and she might need to actually forgive Bob for dying. You know, she might actually eventually feel anger towards him for leaving her. So
I know.
something else to reconcile.
Well, because she was like, why didn't you tell me? Yeah, I know. It's
Right. So there's a lot for her to reconcile with.
It's true.
So the ending, the big buzz. Who's Daryl with?
Tony Danza.
God, you stole my joke!
Of course.
Boss.
Cool.
Go. Who's he with?
Tony Dames.
Tony Danza. No. He's with Groot. He found
He's
Groot.
with Groot.
He was like, look, it's a Groot. Hi.
I'm with Groot.
I keep him close.
I'm going to let you guys all go ahead and say who you think, and then I'll tell you what I heard.
Well, I don't know if we want to spoil it on here, so why don't we'll hold off on that. We'll keep it to speculation.
Well, mine's not confirmed.
I mean, I think I don't think it's Carol. After some long reflection on it, I want it to be Carol, but it's definitely not Carol. Because Carol would have just been like, "What? I'm here. You have to call me."
There was a sad look on his face.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's either Beth or Morgan. I don't want some random third party to just be like, "Oh, this is Frank. We met at a bowling alley. He was kind of cool."
And I'm
Kind of cool. He scored a.
It's the ghost of Merle. Woo!
Okay.
It is Halloween on Friday. No.
Okay, so
that isn't dead.
I definitely don't think it's Carol. I don't really know who it is. I
have heard.
Besides Morgan, I can't think of anyone we've met in the past who isn't dead.
I've heard rumor, and this is very strong rumor from an unnamed source that I'm not going to give.
So if you don't want whatever
I'm about to say, if you don't want to hear it, mute me.
Yeah, mute it. We'll give you a thumbs up when
Wait,
we're
let's do spoiler finger.
Spoiler fingers. Okay, so my unnamed source that I am not going to name, they're introducing Negan.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because
That
it's
makes sense.
coming into that point in time where Negan is supposed to come in. He was before the Terminites, but they switched it up a little bit. I also can tell you where Beth is, because if you ever played Survival Instinct, the video game from last year for Walking Dead, the hospital that she was in, I have the name of it written down, hold on. I have one finger, two finger, one finger, two finger. Okay.
We got you covered. It's cool.
We got our fingers. Okay.
Okay. There's a hospital by the name of Cleburne Memorial Hospital. Hospital. The doors behind Beth that say "Don't open dead" were the same doors that were inside of that hospital where there were, I want to say, government survivors that were doing testing on uninfected people. They were infecting people to see if they could heal them. So there's a good chance Beth is right now a guinea pig.
Yeah.
It matches up with the game.
Is that in Atlanta?
That is, I gotta look really quick. I believe it was in Atlanta.
It can't be that far.
It looked like Atlantis to me.
Yeah.
I believe it's in Atlanta. She's not really far away, but she's far enough that she's not with Daryl.
Okay.
She's not.
It's been
my
like a day and a half.
Yeah. My source is basically saying that they're introducing the new character next week, and the new character is based off of Negan.
Okay.
Me.
So that's all I got.
All right. Well,
Spoiler over.
See that though.
Woo!
Fingers down. Okay.
Fingers.
So this
You're
was a
safe.
heavy episode.
Fingers.
And I think that's
Wondering why your fingers were up. I had no idea.
it was spoiler fingers.
Spoiler fingers.
Oh.
As opposed to spirit fingers.
Jazz hands.
so next episode is called Slab Town. Things appear safe and nice, but there is a bit of a dark side for another group of survivors. Assuming that's the people that Beth is with.
Yeah.
You saw
And-
the trailer for next episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we saw her in the hospital, so
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the
If you watch the talk,
getting bitch slapped. That's right.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
that
what I
was,
was. That's what I was talking about right there. Is that
Yeah,
part.
and that makes complete sense.
Yeah, it's nobody played that game. Like that game was completely unpopular.
oh, is that
So-
the Daryl game?
That was the Daryl.
Oh,
one.
Daryl and Earl.
That was garbage.
Yeah, it was such a shit game that nobody really played it, so nobody
I
ever
never
really made
played
it.
it.
Nobody
No one
knows
knows about it.
This part.
Right,
So
okay,
nobody's making the
okay.
connections. I
Okay.
played it because I'm a sucker.
Sure,
I never played it. I want to,
I
but
understand. But it was. I mean, if you're a big fan, I don't blame you for playing it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I mean, it's got a good story. It's just the gameplay is shit.
the gameplay's garbage. Yeah, I tried it. I did try it. I just was like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a headache and a half.
garbage.
All right, Pat and Michelle, where can the people find you?
Time.
Time and
space.
space.
John, where can the people find you?
You can find me at No More. It's a Twitter.
He posts dick pics.
I do.
Heather, where can the people find you?
Twitter. Olaris OLARIS _RHEA. I do that every fucking week. Every week.
Aria,
You can find me at Clio. If you will follow me on Pinterest, I'm going to do a giveaway when I hit 100 followers, and I'm very, very close. So go do that. And you can find all of us on ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, YouTube, and MySpace. Just cuz.
What?
Excuse me. Where's our live journal?
Yeah.
My journal's not ready yet. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I've gone around to it.
Where's our Zenga?
Oh, Zanga. Ooh.
Getting old now.
And if you watch TV, which I assume you do, we probably cover another show that you watch. So go check out our playlists on our YouTube page.
Yes.
Ah.
I tweeted a dick pic, everyone. You're welcome.
Yay!
Well, people.
What would I do?